Welcome to July Horoscopes with Sephera Giron, presented by Romance Daily News. So, what's happening in July? Well, summer's finally hit here in Toronto, that's for sure. You can see me get a little sweaty here, and it's all good. We're celebrating Canada Day on July 1st, and I guess in the States they're celebrating the 4th of July on the 4th. But meanwhile, in between those two auspicious dates, we have a new moon on July the 2nd. So be all prepared for that new moon because it comes with a bonus pack, a solar eclipse. So the solar eclipse will be at 3:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the sign of Cancer. So how amazing is that? Then we move along to, July the 7th. Mercury goes retrograde. And if you've been watching me over the last year, I think I've been doing this about a year now for Romance Daily News, you know Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year. So here we are. It's coming in July. So strap on in for that ride, that Mercury retrograde ride. Some people get through that ride wonderfully. Some people get through that ride not so wonderfully. So just be prepared. You still have a couple days to get ready. Get your ducks in a row. Get your affairs in order. If you've been procrastinating about things like repairing appliances, cars, your computer. If your computer is kind of making grindy noises right now, just go get that checked out. If there's someone you've been wanting to ask out, do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Because even though Mercury goes retrograde on July the 7th at 7:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will all be feeling the effects of Mercury turning retrograde before that point. Some people really get affected before the sign turns. Some people get really affected when Mercury goes direct, and they still have some bumps after that. So at any rate, you're being warned. You're being warned right now. Get ready for Mercury retrograde. So why does it matter? Mercury is the planet of communication. Some of the signs are influenced by Mercury, like Gemini. A lot of the air signs are communication signs. And in the tarot card deck, the suit of swords represents the air signs, which again is about communication. And so when Mercury goes what they call retrograde, although we all know the planet doesn't actually go backwards, it just kind of hangs, or whatever planets do, but it isn't doing its full motion, and so they call it going retrograde. And so what happens is, since Mercury is a planet of communication, this means communication is not going to be so good for a lot of people. Now, some people find Mercury retrogrades the best of times for them, and so if you study their charts closely, their birth charts, astrological birth charts, you may find that in that birth chart there are planets, the way the planets are at the snapshot of their time of birth, that they're actually compatible with a Mercury retrograde, and this is their time to shine. However, most of us aren't those people. So don't be afraid of Mercury retrograde. It's been going on your whole life, and maybe you're just becoming aware of it, or maybe you've kind of heard people say, "Oh, blame Mercury retrograde." You know what? We got 3 weeks of blaming the scapegoat there, so go for it. Go for it, right? Anyways, be prepared. So like I said, try to get as much stuff that involves communication in order before that time. So if you have contracts to be signed, you're trying to make decisions about changing jobs and so on, this is the time to do it, like right now, today while you're watching this. Now, on to other exciting things in July. July the 16th, we have a full moon, and that comes with a bonus prize of a lunar eclipse. And the lunar eclipse will begin around, or maybe it peaks around 5:38 p.m. At any rate, I'm not sure how well these eclipses are being seen in North America, like where I live, but I know do your research, go online, and you can find out if in your part of the world where you are, if you have the perfect spot to watch the eclipses. Even though, the sky is big and all that, because of fog or various factors, not everyone can see all eclipses. So if you want to see the eclipse, get on Google, check it out. And also don't forget that the NASA website always shows the eclipse live. I believe it's NASA. I've watched eclipse happen live on the computer. So again, just do a Google and you'll see which websites are offering, live depictions of the eclipse happening as it happens, so you don't have to stare at the sky, or in the case of the solar eclipse, burn your retinas out and go blind. So you want to be careful of eclipses. With a solar eclipse, never ever ever look directly at the eclipse. There are eclipse glasses. There are ways. When we had the big eclipse a couple years ago here in Toronto, I made an eclipse box, which was really easy. I just had a box, poked a hole in it, and then I forget exactly how I did it, but I read about it on Google, and then you hold the box up and then you see the shadow of the eclipse, and it was very cool. I took a few pictures of it at the time. You could see, and you could also see it through a colander. I held a colander up too, and then there were like millions of little eclipses happening on my balcony. So there are ways to look at the eclipse without looking at the eclipse, right? Now, the lunar eclipse, of course, you're not going to go blind looking at, because it's a lunar eclipse. The moon, won't make us go blind. So that's a better one to look at if you're in the area where you can actually see it. And again, don't be sad if you can't, because you can see them on the internet. That's one of the wonderful things about modern technology. And now the full moon on July the 16th is often called a blessing moon or the firefly moon. Now, if you've ever gone camping, or just like hung out in like the outdoors after dark, you may have seen fireflies. I used to see them all the time when I was a kid, and I had a lot of summers in Maine, and there were like bazillions of fireflies back then, and they light up, and you run around trying to catch them, and it's very cool to see the fireflies. So I presume this is why this particular moon is called the firefly moon, because this would be prime firefly season. So get out there and enjoy those fireflies, and say your gratitudes. Say your gratitudes to the new moon, the full moon, the eclipses. Just give gratitude for everything you have. Even if you feel like your life isn't going so well, the more you speak gratitude to the universe, it does bring a good vibration to you. It doesn't mean things are going to be perfect. Doesn't mean you're going to beat whatever illness you might have, and that sort of thing. But it does get us into a healthier mental state of giving gratitude for the things that we do have and the things we are able to deal with, even though sometimes it seems like everything's overwhelming and we can't deal with anything at all. Now, on July the 22nd, Leo, all you Leos, getting ready for Leo. That's when the sign changes this year, July 22nd. So be ready for those Leos to come prowling around. And the moon will be in Taurus on that particular day. And so the Leo energy, it's summertime, it's vibrant, well, summertime here in this part of the world, vibrant, aggressive energies. So we'll be coming out of the emotional moodiness of the Cancer sun sign and into the charismatic, vivacious, gregarious Leo. Look at me, I'm on fire. Leo is the fire sign, right? So embrace these energies as they come to you, and incorporate them in your life how you need them to be. For Cancer, if you're feeling maternal, it's a good time to fix up your home. Good time to connect with family and children and parents and people that need you, and charities and doing things for other people. And once Leo hits, it's time to start thinking about getting a new job, or maybe elevating the one you have, getting all dolled up, looking your best, paying attention to every part of yourself, especially if you're single and you're looking, you want to make sure you're well presented. Doesn't mean you have to go get lip injections and fake nails and all that, but you want to look pulled together, because a Leo wouldn't be caught dead leaving the house without being pulled together, you know. So think like the Leo, and make sure you don't have to buy the bestest things in the world, but you want to make sure you look your best, and that way you're attracting a better class of person than when you not looking so good. Although that's not always true. I mean, you could look very grotty because you're working very hard, and you might meet like the perfect person of your dreams and go on to have a wonderful, happy life. So I should be careful how I say those things. But basically, Leo, get the confidence of a Leo. Pay attention to how you present yourself, as Leos often do, and work with that kind of vibration to get what you want. Because if you know any Leos, most of them get what they want most of the time, somehow. And part of it is tenacity, persistence, and they just don't give up. They don't know the word no. I have a Leo son. They don't know the word no. And they just, if they want something, like the lion, they'll wait it out. Although Leos can be impatient, when they have their mind set on a goal, they will work for that goal, and they will 9 times out of 10 meet their goals, because they don't bother having goals that are useless. They have goals that are very, that will be good for their Leo personalities. And so you should incorporate that into your mindset as we venture it towards Leo, July 22nd. And then guess what? July 31st, we have another new moon. We got 2 new moons this July. We extra special, extra blessed, extra fun, extra exciting. And what happens on that new moon? Mercury goes direct. So Mercury goes retrograde on the 7th and comes back on the 31st. So most of your July will be affected by the Mercury retrograde. So, you're taking trips, double check your tickets, make sure there's gas in the car, make sure the car's behaving, all that stuff. So we have the new moon in July 31st, and that comes at 11:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So with the new moons, those are great times to activate and manifest new beginnings, new energy, new projects, new relationships, and so on. So if you're looking for summer love, on Tuesday, July the 2nd, for that solar eclipse, light some candles, get those positive vibrations out while you're speaking your gratitude. Ask for the universe to send you someone compatible, someone fun, someone interesting, someone employed, and see where it gets you. Okay, so enjoy those energies this month, a very powerful month, July. And also, don't forget, Cancer is a very intuitive and emotional sign. So trust your gut feelings, and carry that into the Leo part of July, because don't forget, lions are animals and they operate on instincts and gut feelings too. So this is a really good month to pay attention to that little voice in your head, or that little niggly bit in your tummy, and get things happening. Okay, so now you can click on other videos. Each sign has their own video, so whatever sign you are, you can click on the video, and then you'll get a more personal kind of horoscope for the month of July. Okay, so just look at the playlist and you can click on that. And if you ever want a tarot card reading from me, I'm back on Fiverr now, fiverr.com. You can order tarot card readings. You can order message of the day, Reiki healing, horoscope. If you want a year horoscope chart drawn up, I'll do that for you. All kinds of things over there. And you can also find out more about me. Check all the links below in the comment section. Okay, and thank you so much for watching this video, and have a fantastic day. And don't forget to subscribe to Romance Daily News so that you receive your free book of the day. All right, take care. Blessed be.